sir, for joining here at eINDIA Summit. How has been the summit? Does it provide impetus to the ICT development?
In fact, I am very much connected with the eINDIA movement that you are all taking up. I am also known to our Gupta sir, and I have also participated in this eINDIA 2010 onwards. Regularly I am in touch. I am also contributing for digital learning, and I am also observing as an educator, observing the initiatives that you are taking up. On this event, I wish to congratulate all of you for great initiations. Particularly now the ICT is going to make a great empowerment to the youth of India to empower the nation. I really congratulate for great initiatives.
So new technologies such as e-governance and ICT and the use of technology for the better service of the people is what actually Expo is trying to deliberate upon. You are leading a movement called Lead India 2020, which has an very remarkable vision. How have you been on your vision? How successful you have been on that front?
See, way back in 1997, our former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji has released India Vision 2020, a research project of 12 years of his research, how developing India can be transformed into a developed nation by 2020. So, I got connection with my research work on individual transformation, which is called Sudershan Acharya. So, Kalam sir was very much impressed with that, how individuals can be transformed. Then after that, with his inspiration, we have started the Lead India 2020 as a second national movement for developed India. As our country has got 55% youth below 25 years, and we are focusing on the youth who are 12 to 24 years, who are going to make average working Indian average age as 29 years. We have scientifically identified gaps in education, like for example, education relating with the life, awareness about the life challenges, opportunities, threats, how to face, what sort of life skills are required, what sort of a vision is required, how a life can be led with a mission and make a successful life. Similarly, coming with the education and values, the whole country is now talking about corruption because of degradation of values. So, corruption cannot be rooted out with the movements. Corruption is very much linked with the individuals. Particularly within the individual, it is in one's own thoughts, words and deeds. So, unless and until the individual realizes the righteousness, the power of righteousness, the power of truth, the ill effects of falsehood, unless and until the individual resolves into one's own self that truth gives the confidence, truth gives the conviction, truth gives a self-discipline, a conviction, until and unless the individual realizes that the country's motto of Satyameva Jayata will not happen.
As you talk about the Indian youth, and you have rightly mentioned that more than 60% population is below 25-year age, and they are going to be the manpower of the world. But it is really important for all of us to channelize those young people in a proper manner. If you are not able to do so, same young folks may become a problem for us. So government, private education institution, other NGOs such as like yours, and independent organization, they are trying to somehow mobilize the power of youth in the right direction. There have been movements, there have been their involvement. Are you happy with the kind of channelization is happening?
It is all happening just like a patchwork. If a tire is punctured at some point, we are all attempting to paste it and get on with the situation and the time. it is those sort of patchworks will not give us a consolidated report.
We need probably homeopathy sort of.
Exactly. There should be a collective effort, government, NGOs, educational institutions, everybody should come together, become a strong potential channel, channelize the issues, say focusing on youth. As you have rightly told, what the youth are have to be directed. We normally say youth are useless, but Lead India 2020 movement says youth are used less. Okay? Because they are their intellectual capacity is increasing. We have to appreciate, we have to win their heart. Then we have to see every day 10,000 youth are addicted with smoking, drinking, pubs, so many things. So the increasing influence of the media on the attractions of the youth is going to take into a wrong direction. That is where we whole of the society has to come into a united effort and attract the youth and recognize their potential, recognize their intelligence, increasing IQ. Then in the education we have to make certain changes where we understand the problems of the youth, like for example setting career goals, working for holistic development of the personality and inculcation of values, and making them realize that their power of thinking, power of understanding, power of creativity or something gift of God. Everybody have got their own self. So using it to realize the vision, then there will be a great transformation in every youth.
How is your sense of the movement that you are taking care of? How has been the response of the volunteer? How has been the response of the people that you probably want to get participated in?
Yeah, actually, as Dr. Kalam is a scientist and understanding whole of the common problems of the youth, common problems of the nation, we have been making a scientific study. Why the national problems like say poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, all these things are not being solved. We all think that they are all national problems and national government has to solve it. No, they are originating from the individual problems. See, individual greediness is creating corruption for the nation. Individual laziness is postponing the things, is reducing the production. Adding with the population, it is creating poverty. So there are very close relationship between individual problems relating to the making it into a national problem. So this Lead India movement is making an effort that youth particularly should understand that your problem is making a problem for yourself, your family, your community and the nation at the large. So how, by realizing how you can arrest your own problem, so that it will not become a problem for you, your family and the nation.
And what are the initiatives that you have planned for futures?
Right. Likewise, we have made a scientific study of the society, of the common problems of the individual, common problems of the nation and education as a hub. Then we have designed a courseware called as Aap Badho, Desh Ko Badhao. Individual development leads to national development. And this scientific course is being replicated to all schools and colleges. For example, in Andhra Pradesh, with the government of Andhra Pradesh support, now we have trained about 7.5 lakhs students and thousands of teachers and principals, corporates. And now Kalam sir himself is leading this movement to other states. Already we have stepped into Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra. Now we are going to step into Gujarat, Delhi, Calcutta and other states also. So that is how youth only are leading this second national movement to achieve developed India.
I can tell you one thing, this movement is very promising and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for talking.
Thank you. Lead India.
Lead.